Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my content. Look, y'all know I told y'all about me having a disability, that I'm autistic, but I don't really like to talk about that much on my channel, but because when I tell people about what I have, they intend to treat me different, talk to me different, like you're some kind of idiot or something. But what I don't like is people disrespecting people with disabilities. Even making fun of those people with disabilities for clout. And for one, I find out to be wrong and disrespectful in any shape or format. So shout out to Sensitive Society. I meant to cover this video yesterday, not this one, but the one about the Darn Man ripoffs, about some racist video that they've done, and he got a claim by it, and possibly ended up suing him about him reacting to it on his live stream. Like, come on. Like, those people made a controversial video on controversial topics like this. I mean, what do you think was going to happen? I mean, I bet you will like other content creators react to your stuff, and yet as soon as he gets a crack at it, a claim comes by. That's literally the same thing that comes to me every time I react to certain music videos. Claim after claim nonsense. That's why I stopped reacting to music videos altogether, because I just find it unfair that small content creators like myself and everybody else get to react to those songs, and as soon as we do it, we get a claim. At least we played this, song for 10 seconds and we stop and talk about what we thought of the song, of the lyric, and how we break down some of the things that relate to real life issues. But of course, they're going to try to still claim that their claim's still valid. So I have no choice but to delete the video. Even if the videos have a lot of views, I have no choice but to delete it, because number one, they're making it really hard for us to react to videos, because certain record companies are just really unhinged with these copyright rules, and it's ridiculous. But getting back on topic, just want to get that rant out of the way. Like I said, it's wrong to make fun of people with disabilities, and I think it's mainly disrespectful. Like, that's all I gotta say. Let's just get to the video.
Sick people, hope everyone's having a fantastic time. That probably wasn't the best way to start this video. But in all seriousness, I hope all of you, my amigos and amigas, have a fantastic day. I know times are tough right now. I know some of you are struggling with school or this and that, but I am just here to tell you that I'm here with you guys, and we're going to get through this, all right, my amigos and amigas? Until then, I have to talk about this that I've been wanting to talk about for a few weeks now, and I've been keeping my eyes on a few people, on a few pages. I think it's time I finally talk about people who are pretending to have autism, who are legitimately self-diagnosing in order to get views, in order to get sympathy points. Please, guys, feel bad for me. Look at my quirky haircut. So now, before I keep going, I hate pointing this out, but I have to say it because people exist and idiots exist. Yes, I know people who are autistic. They watch the videos, as a matter of fact. If you're watching, shout out to you. You know who you are. And it just blows my mind that people get on my dick saying, "Oh, sensitive, you say the R word, it's too offensive. You can't say that anymore. You can't. It's gone too far." And these are people who don't suffer from this condition. So I'm like, it's the word himself. And then on top of that, he watches the videos and likes them, and it's cool with me saying it. Why are people who are not autistic beefing with me? I just had to say that. With that said, let's just get into this video.
Let's talk about autism and self-diagnosis, because it's still a massively misunderstood subject, and I am sick of it. What I think most people don't understand is the definition of self-diagnosis when it...
First of all, she don't even look autistic. Because one, you claim that you are autistic, show no traits, you don't show any signs to be having a disability or not, but apparently the haircut represents a lesbian. Let's be real here. If you were truly autistic, you wouldn't show massive signs of how you are. And you know what? Here's a little funny bits I get sometimes when it comes to people thinking that I'm not autistic. And yeah, I am high functioning. I am normal. And yeah, I'm autistic, but so what? I'm still normal at the same time. I cannot stand when people say that I don't look autistic. Well, if you would have got a chance to know me, you will know how autistic I am. But I don't want to play that stereotype forever. So I am a man. I am normal. I'm just a human being. That's who I am. But it's idiots like this just give the community a bad name. It's pathetic.
An argument that people use against self-diagnosis is that they think that people wake up one day and just label themselves autistic.
I want to mention something. This woman, this girl, looks incredibly obnoxious.
Yeah, she does.
Annoying. And why is she trying so hard to sound tough? Like she's from the hood, she's from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm tough. Not with that haircut, you're not. Am I an expert in autism? You might think I am because I'm so retarded, but no, not at all. But here's something that I do know, right? And self-diagnosing is one of the worst things you can do. I believe I suffer from ADHD. Right? I have my suspicions, my sus. I've looked at the list to see if, you know, if I fit in that category and stuff. But I do not go around making fucking TikToks telling everyone, look at me, I'm so quirky. I have OCD and I have ADHD and I have this and that. When I haven't been diagnosed by a professional, not Google. Because we've all had those moments where we've coughed.
I think that's the most weirdest thing I've seen people do all the time. They go on Google, they try to, you know, find diagnosis of themselves of what they have. And you know what? Disability runs in my family. ADHD, autism, I'm not going to name it. But what I'm not going to do is go on social media for clout and try to make it seem like I'm getting, seeking attention because I have autism. To heck with that. You don't need attention because you have autistic. At least they'll treat you like you're one of them. They'll treat you like you're a normal person. And that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be just because he's autistic, you have to treat him like he's autistic. Like, come on. I mean, even people, you know what I'm saying, some of my friends who have autism are way smarter than I am. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Because people with autism are smarter.
Throat is a little itchy or it hurts, and we Google it, my throat hurts. Google tells you, you might have cancer and you will die in the next 24 hours. I wouldn't trust the internet with that information. You guys have no idea how many times my throat has hurt. And I Google it and it tells me, you might have throat cancer, you might have AIDS, play with me here. You might have this and that, you have 2 days to live. It just blows my mind that people push for this narrative of self-diagnosing. Do you really have nothing to do? Go game a little bit. Go watch a movie. Build a puzzle. Listen to music. Binge watch all 450 of my videos. The fact that you put your face on this and you believe this is so stupid. If you can and you feel like you're suffering from something, I would encourage you very much to look at a professional. Do not listen to people like her or Google. Google told me I had throat cancer.
By definition, that is not self-diagnosis of autism. We need to view self-diagnosis by definition as doing extensive research, looking into getting a formal diagnosis as and where possible. Someone who has extensively assessed their own brain. Nobody really wakes up one day and just decides that they're autistic. Please show me proof that that's happened.
Your hair is more than enough proof to tell me. Most girls, I see you. Trust me, when people say I am very different, all I hear is, yeah, I try to be like everyone else, and I've never had an original thought in my life. You cannot do this. This is no bueno. And I hate when people self-diagnose themselves with OCD just because, oh my god, I like to have all my albums perfectly stacked. And if you actually look at people with OCD and you're just like, oh, I have OCD because I need to keep everything in order, maybe that's a slight variation of it. But when you actually see people with OCD, look it up on YouTube, right? You will see how crippling it is. People can't leave their houses because they're scared. Oh my god, I forgot to turn the stove off. Come back, it's off. They were right. Then they go outside and then they think about it again. And then they come back time and time again until it drives them crazy and they just stay home.
And if it did, in a rare chance, that person has no impact on what it means to actually be self-diagnosed. Because again, that's not self-diagnosis by definition.
Now I understand why British people get so much hate. This person looks like the typical Twitter user.
She and am I being that category.
Yeah, but at the same time, this girl is telling everyone to be self-diagnosed, so who's really the bad person here?
It can be expensive, biased, misogynistic, racist. I beg of you to be more...
I think I know what kind of thumbnail I'm going to end up using for this video. Because it lets us know that people like her don't even need to talk about autism, don't even speak autism if you're not even autistic yourself. And then you want to jump on TikTok to chase clout to get attention because you claim that you have autism because you don't. You don't even know the history of autism. You don't even know what people go through with autism. You don't even know what people feel about autism. So, unless you have a big brain, I suggest you do some soul searching and researching on autism before you call yourself being autistic by Google instead of going to a professional therapist or doctor to diagnose you. If you have the type of brain to do that, you wouldn't even speak on stuff like this. And let me tell y'all something though. Earlier I was looking at TikTok. There's these two girls that were making fun of a man with Down syndrome because of how he eats. I don't know if it was his sisters or somebody or wherever place he's at. It's super wrong in so many levels. Like, it's not funny to make fun of people with Down syndrome or any disabilities. There I go, sounding like an SJW. This whole comedians telling jokes about gay people and trans people. And here I am complaining about people who are not autistic thinking that they know how to do research. It's weird. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't know nothing about autism, don't even make videos on TikTok. Try to diagnose yourself thinking that you're autistic, which we all know you're not. All you're doing is just going on there for clout. It's obvious.
No, I will never take anyone who self-diagnoses seriously. And I just really like to keep things real here, you know? I like to be honest, and does that piss some people off? Maybe. Maybe they don't like me or they think I'm mean, too harsh, but I'd rather have an honest person in my life than a fake piece of shit. And as a matter of fact, this TikToker went viral for, once again, self-diagnosing. It starts with, the other day I was bored, so I did a little experiment. See, this is how it all starts. People being bored. I'm feeling quirky. Let me self-diagnose, right? It's out of 200 points, and he scored an 11. I scored a 179. You know how sometimes there's like a meme about like the gay test? Take this test to see if you're gay. Yeah, bro, this test is really going to tell me if I'm gay for sure, yeah. So if you're taking these assessments and you're constantly scoring very close to what is considered autistic, like the higher you score, the more retarded you are, you're probably just autistic. 40,000 likes. This is your validation, your confirmation. You can identify as autistic.
I'm trying to figure out if these people were on drugs doing stuff like this, or they were just playing dumb. You can't go on social media and Google yourself being autistic unless you go to a therapist or a doctor to see what's wrong with you. Don't even go on social media to try to self-diagnose yourself. Just seeing stuff like this really rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if people don't stop doing this. People will clown people who go on social media for clout. Especially if they're, if they're doing stuff like this to claim that they're autistic. Just because they Google themselves, they self-check, they self-diagnose with some stupid app. Where I come from, if something was wrong with me, I would go to a therapist or a professional doctor. That's the only way if I'm able to get, checked out if I'm getting diagnosed with something. But I don't even trust technology, apps, TikTok. It's just not my, my vocabulary. But this is just not it.
I am lost for words. You're literally like everyone else who wants to be sick for no reason whatsoever. Please get alive. And I know that's rich coming from someone who uploads pretty much every single day, but at least I'm doing something. You're out here working for free and making TikToks encouraging thousands of people to self-diagnose. A single quiz online cannot determine if you're autistic. I'm gonna head out now. I gotta sleep. Peace out.
Alright, people. Look, my advice to y'all, don't be that person on TikTok. Don't believe what she says. Don't believe what she's talking about. Go see a therapist. Go seek help. Go see a doctor. That's the only way for you to get diagnosed with any type of disability or a mental disorder. This ain't nothing funny about people, you know, making fun of people with disabilities at all. So, y'all want the original video, it will be in the description below. So, I guess I'm gonna holler at you on my other video.